Hi everyone!
Hey guys, you guess where we are?
We're at our favourite place, the reservoir. You can see it behind us. We're
And it's Glasgow,
actually,
just over there.
yeah,
Behind Charlotte's right shoulder.
we climbed up really high so we could get a really good shot of the reservoir.
And a bit of peace.
A
But so
bit
you could see it as well, right?
of both.
Yeah.
Two reasons. So we just wanted to send a little update video on the new rhythms email that we sent out to you all. So you've got a bit more clarity, and just hearing it kind of spoken out, I would always find that really helpful.
Yeah, so we're hoping this video will be like 10, 15 minutes long and just give you an insight into the reason why we're choosing to go after these different touch points and rhythms as a network going forward, right? And I think this comes off the back of, as you all know, us meeting with all the microchurch leaders and even getting to come into some of your microchurch spaces and your leaders representing your voices and thoughts and opinions, and us just wanting to listen really well to all of you guys, because really we want to be able to build for this next 7 years going forward, because we've been going 7 years. It's amazing. We want to build a trellis that really supports and champions and provides for what you guys are doing in the microchurches, seeing like you and your teams and your calling and your hopes and kingdom dreams as the most important thing, and everything that we do is like a wee hub, as it were, really to support that, to give some like training and equipping, encouragement, connection, and to set culture, I think, as well. Which is really, I think that's one of the key pieces that the centralized kind of gathering together can do, is where we can share those key pieces of culture together, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And feel connected to one another.
Yes.
And yeah, just that we're all in this together.
Yeah, definitely. And all kind of unified,
Yeah.
with our eyes all pointing towards Jesus, like spurring one another on, encouraging one another, admonishing one another, keeping us going,
Yeah.
just in line with what the Lord's doing in Glasgow. So we're excited. And I think one of the key things we're going to do, which we've never done in the gathering before, is we're going to stick to these rhythms for a whole year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're going to commit to them, share them with you, and then we'll revisit them when we get into the summer of 2025. And if like we all think that there's something that needs adapting or shifting, or there's an opportunity for something new, then we can shift it. But we're going to stick with it for a year, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see it out.
Yeah, which should be really good. Good level of consistency, which we've never had before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Adam and I met the leaders representing Voices, we heard a real need and want for people to come together and to worship and to pray over Glasgow as a way of breaking spiritual strongholds and all of those kinds of things that we see in Glasgow.
Yeah.
And we have this amazing connection with the Navigators ministry because of a lot of people within the Gathering Network being still connected to NAVs, having had a connection in the past. There's just a real affinity, and there's so much similarity and crossover in what we all do. Like, we're all wanting to make disciples and to see Glasgow changed for Jesus. So there was this kind of light bulb moment where we thought we could collaborate together with them. Collaboration is such an amazing kingdom thing as well. It just breaks down enemy strongholds of comparison,
division in the city as well.
Oh my goodness, all of those things.
Yeah.
So getting to collaborate with such a established and wholehearted organisation like NAVS is just an absolute treat for everybody, I think. So these nights are going to be called Blessing Glasgow, and that is blessing through sung worship and also through contending prayer, all sorts of prayer for Glasgow, coming together with people that have that heart. Of course, anybody that has that heart is welcome as well.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing this on the first Tuesday of every month, and we're actually doing it in Healing for the Heart, which is a Christian counselling service in the new building, which is it's 450 Argyle Street, which is really not far from the Glasgow City Mission, Anderston rail station. So it's really accessible. There's a bit of parking, and we're going to be starting at 7:30, finishing at around 9, depending on how it goes. And yeah, so it's a shared space. So the leadership core is shared with NAVS people and gathering people, and then the worship too is shared with NAVS people and with gathering people. So if you want to help at all, I know a couple of you have voiced that you're like willing to get stuck in. Like, please let us know. That would be awesome. If you want to come and do worship with us or whatever, then let Charlotte or myself know, and we'll get that going. But
that'd be amazing.
It'd be really fun.
And it's super lightweight. Bring yourself.
Bring yourself.
Right?
Bring your drink. No
Bring a
snacks
drink.
or anything.
Yeah,
just there to pray and worship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There will be time to go to the pub afterwards to have a drink and just connect with other people as well.
In fact, we'll be doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
100%, right?
We'll see you there.
Yeah. That's great. So the next rhythm, we love the word rhythm, is it's what we're calling like a family gathering, and this is going to be on a monthly basis. And this is what we heard from you all, is that you want a space where we can be simple church together, where we can worship together, share stories. I think stories was a key narrative. So like the highs and the lows, the mountains and the valleys together, just being vulnerable, being honest where we're at together. And also like allowing the children to be really intentionally present in that space of worship and prayer and testimony and sharing and all of that with us as well. So that's going to be the family gathering, right? And I just want to read this quick passage out from Colossians 3, and it's 14 to 16. It says this because it really sums it up so well for us, I think. It says, above all, put on love, which is the perfect bond of unity. And let the peace of Christ, to which you are also called in one body, rule your hearts. And be thankful. Let the word of Christ dwell richly among you, in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another through psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs, singing to God with gratitude in your hearts, right? So it's going to be a really simple expression of like a monthly gathering together. Sunday mornings on the first Sunday of every month from 10 a.m. to 12 a.m. We're going to do it in homes. That was another key thing we heard from you guys as well. Just to share that kind of family style culture together. Right?
So good.
Yeah.
And also, just to be super clear, family, I'm sure you know this, but it means the family of God.
Yeah.
So we're spiritual family. We're sharing life. We're going to share just some croissants, some pastry, and some coffee.
Yeah.
It'll be super lightweight. You don't need to bring anything like potluck-wise.
No.
But because we are finishing at 12, if people want to grab lunch afterwards or a walk, there's quite a lot of the day life to do that.
Yeah.
So everyone, of course, is welcome, and we would love to see you there in homes again.
Yeah, and I think from a worship perspective, the way we'll approach that is, if you are a musician, I mean, it's going to be acoustic because we're in living room. So if you want to bring like a guitar or cajon or something with you, and we can just turn up and see what offerings, what songs people want to sing, share that space together, and just let it be more organic, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah.
So another thing that we really heard from the leaders was the importance of the break fast nights.
Yeah.
They have been crucial in the whole time we've been doing the gathering, actually, of building that culture of dependence on the Lord and just seeking Him through that spiritual discipline of fasting, but then also of coming together and worshipping out of that place of hunger. They've been like some powerful nights. Like
highlights.
Absolute highlights for me as well. Yeah.
It's true. So yeah, we're going to bring those back, and they're like, it's a space that's owned by the leaders, but is open to anybody who's just up for fasting and praying and breaking fast with us. So we will eat together after it as well, because that was the rhythm. We used to fast for 24 hours, and we'd come together, we'd finish our fast with prayer and worship, and then we'd eat a potluck meal, the biggest potluck meals you've ever seen in your life together. So we're going to do that again. And as for how often, we're going to do the first one in November, and we'll send the date out to you closer to the time. And we're going to do it once every 2 months. So it'll be November, and then the next one will be in January after that, and then in March, May, and then a break for the summer, back in for September kind of thing, right? So
look out for that date coming. And I was writing those fasting guides. I absolutely loved writing them. I found them so beneficial. So I think we'll keep that rhythm of having that just to guide you through that period of fasting and intentional praying as well.
Yeah, definitely. So awesome. So the last thing that we wanted to bring to you, as what we heard voiced by all of you, is training and equipping being made available for you in your microchurches to use if and when and however you feel most appropriate and best serves you in your microchurch. So we are going to be, throughout the autumn, the winter, and next year, just like building a couple of training and equipping things about kind of prayer and microchurch stuff, like making disciples, missional stuff, like pulling on a load of different tools, resources, things that we've seen from different people, like in Novo, in loads of different spheres, right? Whenever we see anything good, we're like, oh, let's take that. And that's part of our job in the hub, is like gathering information and resources that we will then make available to you guys. So we've just actually finished filming a bunch of equipping with Todd Weller last week. So that'll be the first thing that comes out, and we'll have more along those lines as well. But they're literally for you guys, and then they also serve another purpose of like, it's a good onboarding kind of empowering thing that we have for other people that are interested in starting something or getting up to speed with what the gathering is, or you know, getting out on mission, whatever it may be, you know.
So good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for tracking with us, you guys, and taking the time to watch this video. I hope it is all things that you've understood. If not, feel free to get in touch, send a voice note, send a message. Just feel free to reach out.
Yes.
The last thing that we heard was how important and lovely our weekends away have been as a gathering in the
formative
past.
As well. Yeah, really good.
So formative.
Yeah.
So we are going to be getting one of them up and running in spring next year. So look out for that coming as soon as we've set some dates in stone.
Yeah, and we thought we'd do it in a bit of a warm. We've always done them in January, or like when it's been gone to like really cold places. So we thought it'd be quite nice to do one in spring where it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah, hopefully.
But that's the other piece. But then just to close out this video is to remind you guys why we're here. Our hope for the gathering is that we form this trellis that can support you and champion you as you are the legends, the anointed and sent out ones, living all out for Jesus. And that's what we want, to be able to multiply people like you and to see Glasgow changed and brought closer to Jesus, so that you guys can keep planting seeds, that you can keep watering, that you can keep sowing your life into the soil here. And we'll just keep doing our part in working hard to build you a better trellis, to provide for your needs and everything that you need, so that you, as the priesthood of all believers, as the anointed ones of the kingdom, as God's children, can live out wholeheartedly your pilgrimage of glorifying Jesus, of living out and fulfilling his commission in partnership with him, with Jesus, you know. So I think one of our heart's desires is that we commit together. So if you're in the gathering, you turn up and you bless and you honor one another. We're there knowing that each one of us carries innate worth, and that without us, God's kingdom can't come quite as much in Glasgow as it would if we were all there, if we all showed up, both to our microchurches, to the small daily steps and invitations that the Lord calls us to, and also to those bigger touch points together, because I think it's there that we can support and be one another, be encouraged. It's easier to lift our eyes to worship together to the Lord, isn't it, when we're in those big kind of settings, and be able to pray and petition for God to move in Glasgow. So that's our heart for this. So I hope you've got that through this video, and we're hopeful, we're excited about this new year ahead to just see what the Lord's going to do with everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the last piece of the culture, everything we do is open.
Oh yeah.
Anyone can come to anything, right?
Yes, so open-handed with everything.
Yeah.
And we are just unbelievably grateful for you all.
Yeah.
So glad that we are not doing this just by ourselves, that we've got this incredible group of people around us to do kingdom stuff with. So just bless you guys in the way that you bless us and encourage us too.
Yeah. I'll see you soon.